Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the presentation of colors by the Riverhead NJROTC, the Pledge of Allegiance led by Cadet Lieutenant Commander Morgan Stromsky, and remain standing for the national anthem performed by Olivia Meyer.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
What a way to start. Everybody, please be seated. Class of 2023. There is nothing that couldn't let you have this moment. Good evening, everybody. I am Sean O'Hara, principal of Riverhead High School. It is my pleasure to welcome you to Coach Mike McKillop Memorial Field for the graduation ceremony of the Riverhead High School class of 2023. I would like to begin by recognizing some individuals who have helped make this day possible and who are here with us today. From our Board of Education, Vice President, Mr. Colin Palmer. Board of Education Trustee, Mrs. Virginia Healy. Trustee, Mr. James Scudder. Our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Augustine E. Tornatori. Executive Director of Secondary Education, Grants, and Student Outcomes, Dr. William Galati. Director of Personnel, Arlene Durkowski. K through 12, Director of STEM, Dr. Janine Campbell. K through 12, Director of Humanities, Dr. Maria Casamassa. Director of Pupil Personnel Services and Special Education, Ms. Melissa DeRosa. Assistant Director of Special Education, Ms. Daria Hagemeyer. K through 12, Director of E&L, Mrs. Elizabeth Scududo. Director of Fine Arts, Mr. Jason Rockcamp. Riverhead Middle School Principal, Dr. Joseph Pesquera. Middle School Assistant Principal, Dr. Colleen O'Hara. Middle School Assistant Principal, Mr. Emmanuel Hernandez. Pulaski Street Intermediate School, Principal, Mr. Burke. Assistant Principal, Pulaski and Roanoke, Ms. Laura Arcuri. Aquabog Elementary School, Principal, Mr. Brian Miltenberg. Assistant Principal, Aquabog Elementary School, Mr. Gary Carlson. Phillips Avenue Elementary School, Principal, Dr. Stephen Hudson. Phillips Avenue Assistant Principal, Ms. Allison Conroy. Riley Avenue Elementary School, Principal, Mr. David Enos. Roanoke Avenue Elementary School, Principal, Mr. Thomas Payton. And our high school administration assistant principals, Mr. John LaRochester, Ms. Kellyanne Parlato, and Ms. Nicole Taylor. Our Director of Guidance, Mr. Charles Gassar. And North Star Academy Facilitator, Mrs. Dina Tisham. I would also like to introduce our Senior Class Advisor, Mrs. Roberta McRae. And welcome to all of our faculty members joining us for this graduation ceremony of the Riverhead High School class of 2023. The following people need to be recognized as well because while they are not sitting on the stage, today's events would not be possible without them. Thank you to the entire high school clerical staff, especially our graduation coordinator, Mrs. Angelica Oriana, and assistant coordinator, Mrs. Indira Abrahamson. Also helping to prepare for today, Ms. Maddie Davis, Ms. Daniela Bennett, Ms. Kim Zaleski, Ms. Giuseppe Alaperti, Ms. Maria Ortiz, Ms. Kathy Feda, and Ms. Joanne DiStefano. Thank you to Mr. Terrence Culhane and the security staff for all of their hard work and for keeping us safe each day. Thank you, Mr. Dan Hickey, Mike Rowley, and the entire high school custodial staff, and Mr. Jasinski and the Pulaski Street School custodial staff for all of their hard work and for helping us set up for this evening's ceremony. Thank you to Mr. Alessandro Galina, Mr. Frank Sherrata, and the Buildings and Grounds crew for the magnificent preparation of the grounds for us to celebrate upon. I'm sure there'll be plenty more. Thank you to Mr. Robert Hines and our technology department for all of their meticulous preparation for our live stream this evening. Thank you, high school PTSO, for their amazing support of our students, staff, and programs. Thank you to the entire faculty, staff, administration, and Board of Education of the Riverhead Central School District for their hard work and dedication to getting our graduates to this point. I told you there'd be plenty more. And I don't mean from me, I mean from the Beach Bulls. And thank you to all of our parents, guardians, family members, and friends for your ongoing support and partnership. And at this time, it gives me great pleasure to introduce our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Augustine Tornatore.
Thank you, Mr. O'Hara. The class of 2023 continues a long tradition in the Riverhead Central School District of consistently impressing everyone with the class's accomplishments. The graduating seniors before me represent a special group, and I speak for everyone in the administration when I say that you have truly made the Blue Waves community proud. I recall your successful senior sunrise and your first place Spider-Man float at homecoming. I saw how much joy that you as a class brought to the event. When I think back to this class in the years ahead, the first word that will come to my mind will be perseverance. The class of 2023 entered Riverhead High School during one of the most challenging and unusual times in our country's history. Every year of your high school education was affected in some way by the lasting consequences of the pandemic. Instead of wilting in the face of that incredible challenge, however, you thrived. You faced circumstances unlike any other students in history and still accomplished so much. You took a high school experience that could have been marred by COVID and turned it into your own, creating the same lasting memories and pivotal moments that high school students have strived toward for generations. To list all of the accomplishments of the class of 2023 would take hours. There are a few standouts, however, that I want to bring special attention to. This was a class committed to excellence in the classroom, on the fields of play, and on the stage, and certainly now at graduation as well. This determination directly led to the Riverhead Central School District for the first time ever being recognized as one of the best communities for music education by the National Association of Music Merchants. The class of 2023's resolve and passion for success also led to Riverhead High School earning a NISFA, an Athletic School of Excellence Award, in recognition of the academic achievement of our varsity athletic teams. These are distinctions that our district will carry with us for years to come, demonstrating just how lasting the impact of the class of 2023 will be. Our track athletes excelled. Varsity cheerleading advanced to the final day of nationals for the first time in 5 years. There were 2 amazing musicals put on this year, and that is no easy task. I enjoyed watching the Powder Puff games, and kudos to you as a class for the volleyball tournament where you raised funds for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. And the softball team had an impressive playoff run as well. So congratulations to you for all that work that you put in. Just take a look at all of the wonderful events that occurred just this June thanks to your upstanding behavior as a class. The smiles on your face when I visited you at the senior picnic at Iron Pier Beach was so much fun to see. The participation for Senior Spirit Week, the senior countdown and sunset, and your marvelous Hollywood-themed prom at Giorgio's. I would be remiss if I didn't say that I will miss hearing the Star-Spangled Banner being sung in the passion and professionalism that I've seen the past 2 years as your superintendent. I also will miss the joy and dedication that our current Rippy provides to all of our students. You have all provided such incredible school spirit, and I thank you for that. And I know that you will be successful in this next phase of your lives. High school graduation is a paradox. It is the culmination of your public education, of course, but it is also in so many ways just the beginning. This chapter has concluded, but there are still so many pages in the book to write. It is a joyous occasion as you all have earned the right to celebrate what you have accomplished here. It is also a bittersweet moment as we all have to say goodbye to people and places who have meant so much to us over the years. As you move forward in your lives, I want you to remember that Riverhead Central School District will always be a resource for you. Your teachers, your coaches, counselors, and administrators are still here to help guide you. We hope that you choose to stay in touch, and we know that wherever you go and whatever you do, you will continue the incredible tradition of success that you started here in Riverhead High School. Congratulations, class of 2023. Continue to be excellent and persevere.
Thank you, Dr. Tornatore. Please welcome seniors from the Riverhead High School Mixed Chorus under the direction of Ms. Bonnie Legata performing When We Were Young.
Everybody loves the things you do, from the way you talk to the way you walk. Everybody here is watching you, 'cause you feel like home. You're like a dream come true. But if by chance you're here alone, can I have a moment before I go? 'Cause I've been by myself all night long, hoping you're someone I used to know. You look like a movie, sound like a song. My God, this reminds me of when we were young. Let me photograph you in this light, in case this is the last time that we might be exactly like we were before we realized we were scared of getting old. It made us reckless. It was just like a movie. It was just like a song. When we were young, when we were young, when we were young, when we were young. It's hard to win me there. Everything just takes me back to when you were there, to when you were there. Oh, and a part of me keeps holding on, just in case it hasn't gone. I guess I still care. Do you still care? It was just like a movie. It was just like a song. My God, this reminds me of when we were young. Let me photograph you in this light, in case this is the last time that we might be exactly like we were before we realized we were sad of getting old. It made us restless. Oh, I'm so mad I'm getting old. It makes me reckless. It was just like a movie. It was just like a song. When we were young.
Thank you, Chamber Choir. Outstanding work. Our student body president is described by Naval Science Instructor Chief Decker as someone who, as in the rest of her studies, excelled in the Navy Junior Reserve Officer Training Corps program. She has been an outstanding coach and mentor to the younger students and a reliable leader, friend, and teammate to everyone in the unit. She embodies the NJROTC core values of honor, courage, and commitment. She will be studying linguistics on a pre-law track at Hunter College. Please welcome Student Body President Catherine Golatdinov.
Welcome, fellow graduates, family, friends, faculty, and administration. My name is Catherine Goladinov, and I'm the student body president, and it is my pleasure to welcome everyone to the Riverhead High School's class of 2023 graduation ceremony. Class of 2023 is the last class to experience the start of the COVID pandemic during high school, as we were freshmen when it hit us. I know these COVID-centered graduation speeches are getting redundant, so for the faculty listening to them, I'm sure it's coming to an end soon, hopefully. I'm positive the phrase, uncertain and unprecedented times, is forever ingrained in our minds, thanks to the last 4 years. But uncertain and unprecedented that they were, it's truly rewarding to be on the other side of this hill, to have the fog clear off the path of our futures. First and foremost, I want to thank the teachers for giving us their all and showing up for us day after day, even when we didn't want them to. Our teachers have such an impact on us, and a single class can change what career path we want to go into. I know that if I never sat in on the classes of my language teachers, such as Madam Westfall, Madam Kresser, and Miss Olson, I wouldn't have discovered my love of language, travel, and literature. Having teachers who give their all and inspire you to learn about what they teach is pivotal to all of us who might be unsure of what they want to pursue. Thank you to the parents who've sat in the audience every concert or sports competition and now find themselves in the audience of our high school graduation. This is unimaginable that it's been years since you watched our last moving up ceremony already, and now we've already made it to the real thing. Some of you are eager for us to finally move out, and for those of you, and others of you want to hold our hands forever. Whatever the case may be, just know that hearing the words of a loving parent has pushed us through difficult times in our educational lives and will always be welcomed in moving forward. I'd also like to mention how Riverhead High School education opens the students up to so many new interests with its vast variety of electives and extracurriculars. Every student can find their niche ways to spend their time that they may never have thought about. I certainly didn't expect myself to involve myself in ROTC the extent that I did, but I only came out better for it. Learning discipline and leadership skills that I can only thank the school and my open-mindedness to try new things. I urge all of the underclassmen listening to utilize everything that high school offers you. Participate in everything that you seem even slightly interested in, and give it your all, because that's how you find out if it's for you. And pro tip, if you force your friend to join too, then you'll be more likely to stick to it. As for graduates, I hope you take every chance, every risk, and opportunity that you can. Force yourself to say yes more to keep things interesting, and welcome change into your life. Albert Camus once said that, "Don't walk behind me, I may not lead. Don't walk in front of me, I may not follow. Just walk beside me and be my friend." Today, quite directly, we are walking beside each other, crossing the stage to get our diplomas, and inadvertently taking the steps into the future of our lives. With high school at an official end, keep the memories and lessons close to you as you live on, as I know I will. I wish all of you the very best. Go Blue Waves. Thank you.
It is an honor and pleasure to introduce our alumni keynote speaker. She was a professional opera singer for a decade, performing across the country on stage at the Kennedy Center, Wolf Trap Opera, Opera San Jose, Lyric Opera of Chicago, and the Metropolitan Opera in New York City. She transitioned into arts administration in 2019, where she dedicated her career to artist and audience advocacy, bridging the gap to make the arts accessible and approachable for everyone. She is currently the Vice President of Engagement for Opera Delaware in Wilmington, where she leads the company's marketing development and community efforts. This summer, she will present at TEDx Old Hickory, and she is launching a radio show on Delmarva Public Radio in the fall. Upon graduating Riverhead High School, she studied at Conservatorio Giuseppe Verdi in Italy as part of the Rotary Foreign Exchange Program, received a bachelor's degree in vocal performance from Indiana University, and her master's degree in vocal performance from Mannes, the New School for Music in New York City. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome this year's guest alumni speaker from our class of 2005, Carrie Ann Otanyo. Proud moment, proud moment. I'm so sorry.
No, take your time.
Yeah.
This builds anticipation.
Yeah, except we got rain maybe on the way, so let's just, there we go.
There we go.
Sorry, all yours.
Hello, and congratulations to the class of 2023, to your families, friends, and teachers. I'm Carrie Ann Otanyo, and I'm honored to be here as your alumni speaker from the class of 2005. Now that you're graduating, get ready to hear this question constantly. What do you want to be? When people ask you this, it may feel like they're looking for a simple answer. They want you to say, I'll be a teacher, I'll be a doctor, I'll be a lawyer. I'll be this one thing forever because I know who I am and I found my path. And that can be daunting. It can be a daunting question to answer, even for those of us who have found our passion and our purpose. And for those of you who are following the Northern Star to college, to careers, and to the life of your dreams. When I graduated from Riverhead High School in 2005, I knew exactly who and what I wanted to be. I was in every school play and choir. Mr. O'Hara was a fantastic music teacher, and I knew that I was going to be an opera singer. A fantastic woman named Lucille Fields and the support of my local Rotary Club led me to spending a year in Italy, studying opera at the Conservatory of Music, learning to speak Italian. Then I got my bachelor's degree and my master's degree, and I worked across the country in opera companies, including Washington National Opera and Wolf Trap and the Metropolitan Opera. It was so honestly dope. From an outside perspective, it looked like I was on the path that I had set out for myself when I was 14, the path that I said I was going to follow when I was 18. But on the inside, I was sinking into doubt and fear and imposter syndrome. The more eyes that were on me as an artist, the more pressure I felt to perform and to be perfect. The more that my passion turned into a source of anxiety. When I thought that my fear was going to force me to leave singing, I was more afraid of the reactions of the people that I was going to disappoint. People who had believed in my dreams for as long as I had. I was afraid that they would see me as a failure, that they would say I wasn't strong enough or talented enough to suffer for my art. This fear of what others would say about me held me prisoner. It took me longer than I would like to admit to finally ask for help. I went to a doctor about my anxiety and depression, and the first words out of this man's mouth were, "Oh, you're a singer, that's gotta be fun. So what are you sad about?" And I just wanna say as a side note to anyone dealing with any mental health issues, if anyone says, "What do you have to be sad about?" run away from them and run towards someone else. That person is not gonna help you. But asking for help was the first step in what eventually led to me being able to help so many others. I thought of the artists that I had met throughout my career and how perfection had never been as rewarding for us as collaboration. I thought about our collective bravery and our compassion for one another, and I gave myself permission to be more than just afraid. I gave myself permission to be human, and in turn, I became a national advocate for artists and for audiences. Ask for help. Ask for advice. Find people that you trust and let them love you. That is the only way forward in this life. Since I was a child, singing was my passion, but my purpose was formed when I looked outside of myself and began advocating for my colleagues, for my family, for artists, and for the next generation. When I thought about what I really loved, I thought about my parents. I thought about them attending all of my school plays. Spo can attest that my dad was the loudest. You could hear his voice still ringing through Riverhead High School cheering for me. Years later, they attended an opera that I was starring in DC, and my gregarious, super outgoing father walked up to Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Justice of the Supreme Court, and he said, "I want to thank you for coming to see my daughter's play." And I realized that my parents' pride and love for me was not contingent on how high I climbed or how successful I was. Their love for me was based on if I was truly living a life that I loved. Now, as you search for your dream and the countless dreams that will blossom from it, I want you to realize that life is not about finding one passion, one purpose, one driving motivation. Life is about diving into things that interest you and staying curious and open to new discoveries that can lead you down a completely different path. Life is about change, growth, and adaptability, and a life well lived is a life of ever-evolving passion and curiosity. Do not allow fear of a changing or growing dream to keep you stuck. So whether you decide to change majors in college or change careers a decade from now, know that every chapter of your life is creating the wonderful tapestry of your own uniqueness. Here are my hopes for you, the class of 2023. I hope that you continue to find your community. Find people who see you and support your growth. Find people who support you through all the changes that your life will include. I hope you find contentment. I hope that each and every day you find peace. You find the peace to love yourself and see how important you are. Whether you are achieving, healing, resting, or just existing, find peace in the life that you build for yourself. And I hope that you stay curious. Keep learning and keep finding where your passions will lead you. So ultimately, to the class of 2023, the question is not, what do you want to be? But rather, where do you want to begin? Congratulations.
Thank you, Carrie Ann. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Each year, it has become a tradition for the graduating class to present a gift to Riverhead High School. Our next presenters have each contributed on many levels to our school and community. This summer, Abigail Heck will be traveling with American Music Abroad, performing 8 concerts throughout Austria, Germany, France, Italy, and the Czech Republic. Avery Rubino received a Teenie Award for lead role in a musical for her role as Dee Dee Allen in The Prom this past spring. And Isabella Vinay has dedicated many hours of service throughout the school year as a barn hand for Spirit's Promise Equine Rescue. Abigail will be heading to Cornell University, where she intends to major in biological science. Avery plans to pursue nursing after a year at Suffolk Community College, where she received a presidential scholarship. And Isabella will be attending Clemson University in South Carolina to major in biosystems engineering. Please welcome Abigail Heck, Avery Rubino, and Isabella Vinay.
Hello, everyone. Today, the three of us have the honor of presenting our class gift. As we move on to this next chapter of our lives, it's important for us to leave our mark on the place that we've called home for most of our lives. For the past 4 years, we've been trying to figure out the gift that would best represent the class of 2023 and inspire future generations at Riverhead High School. I know that you're all anxiously waiting on the edge of your seat to find out exactly what this gift is, and don't worry, the wait is over and the time is finally here.
We have decided on a Blue Wave mosaic that will be placed outside of the auditorium at the high school. As a group, we felt that this was the best place for it to be appreciated by all students, faculty, and visitors that come into our doors. We are going to sponsor a local artist to help us bring this vision to life. In the coming years, we hope that students will walk by this mosaic and be reminded of the strength of our class and community abroad.
Our class gift is more than just a physical object. It represents our collective appreciation for the knowledge imparted on us and the unbreakable bond we share with our graduating class. We hope that as the future students at Riverhead High School pass our mosaic, they will be reminded of everyone's favorite class. And to that, we say congratulations. We couldn't have asked for a better group of people to be here with today.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you, class of 2023. Wonderful class gift. Thank you so much. Our class of 2023 president has been described by French teacher, Mrs. Gresser, as a natural leader who is completely comfortable in her own skin, unafraid to express her opinions, and add her own commentary aloud to others. This trait has allowed her to form real bonds and strong relationships with her peers, teachers, and coaches, and enables her to be unafraid of making mistakes and taking risks so that she thrives in taking on new challenges and opportunities. She will be attending East Carolina University in North Carolina to major in nursing, providing us with a perspective of the class history. Please welcome our class of 2023 president, Madison Williams.
Good evening, classmates, friends, families, and staff. It is an honor for me to be able to speak in front of you all today. My name is Madison Williams, and I've had the pleasure of being the class president for the class of 2023 for the last 3 years. Before I begin with our class history, I'd like to thank a few people who have helped aid the success of my classmates and myself leading up to this day. First, to my parents and family for their never-ending support and encouragement. I wouldn't be where I am without all of you today. Second, to our class advisor, Mrs. McGray, for her support of our class and donation of our time. And last, to all of the teachers and administrators who have given their all for our success. On behalf of all of my classmates, I can say our 4 years at Riverhead High School have shaped us into the people we are today. When we walked in the doors of the high school on September 4th, 2019, all as timid freshmen, we were unaware that our high school experience would be very different from how we had imagined it. We spent the fall finding our way around, creating our infamous Frankenstein float, and seeing many of our classmates join the Blue Masks and perform in a chorus line. Yet, as we all know, in the early spring of 2020, our world was changed, and it has impacted not only our lives, but our high school experience, for we have missed out on a great deal of time together. Yet, with the many challenges you were forced to face, you all persevered. Sophomore year showed a glimpse of hope as we were able to come back to school together, but unfortunately we were faced with yet another challenge, the failing of our school budget. However, we made the best of it. Masks on and 6 feet apart, our class managed to grow. Our Blue Masks put on their very own high school musical, and by spring we were able to enjoy sports and clubs once again. Time and time again, you were given hardships to face, and I commend you all for taking the bad hand you were dealt and turning it into a royal flush. With heads held high, and I'm sure a great amount of fear, we began our junior year. The first year, we would be all together all year long. Our varsity football team took the field once again, representing our hometown, as well as all of our other fall sports. Our Monopoly-themed homecoming float won second place, and the Blue Waves took yet another homecoming victory. The Blue Masks were back on stage and put on a wonderful fall production of A Bronx Tale. As the year went by and we returned to what we knew as normal, our class officers worked to plan our junior prom. In April, we enjoyed an evening under the stars all together and watched yet another wonderful Blue Mask production, SpongeBob, which was loved by many. And with our heads wrapped up in sports, clubs, AP exams, and SATs, we were very quickly faced with the reality that our high school experience was coming to a close. September 6, 2022, our first day of senior year. The halls of Riverhead High School had a new feeling this year, as we were the ones being looked up to and probably feared by some. A year of many laughs was upon us, and I can wholeheartedly say you've all made every second worth it. In the fall, our Spider-Man-themed homecoming float took first place, and our fall sports all enjoyed many victories. Our Blue Mask seniors participated in their last fall production of Little Shop of Horrors, and it all began to sink in when each senior night occasion was now celebrated for us. How quickly the months went by. Soon, our winter sports were over and spring was here. Making decisions on what college you were going to attend and what you wanted to be when you grew up were no longer a thought for the future. The final spring musical of The Prom was put on, and planning for senior prom began. And now, here we are. For many, last night's senior prom and here today is the last time you'll be with your classmates. The next time you see some of these faces, you might be looking at teachers, doctors, lawyers, actresses, or even politicians. To close out my speech today, I'd like to read a quote from a book that's very special to me titled "Oh, the Places You'll Go" by Dr. Seuss. You'll get mixed up, of course, as you already know. You'll get mixed up with many strange birds as you go. So be sure when you step with care and great tact, and remember that life's a great balancing act. Just never forget to be dexterous and deft, and never mix up your right foot with your left. And will you succeed? Yes, you will indeed. Kid, you'll move mountains. Thank you.
Thank you, Madison. Riverhead High School is proud to honor those with the top 20 highest academic grade point averages. This is an extraordinary group of students, and it is my pleasure to introduce them. When I call your name, please stand, beginning with number 20, Avery Rubino. Brianna Luby. Nohelia Sikayu Lopez. Amaya Hopkins. Emma Funfigeld. Ryan Sharp. Elizabeth Hannum. Isabella Vinay. Kyle Russian. Charlotte Dow. Rowan Escobar. Diego Llamas Oliva. Mariela Cruz. Emmeline Bach Torres. Daniel Terlikowski. Emma Hannum. Kimberly Mendez. Abigail Heck. Our salutatorian for 2023, Jennifer Alonso Moreno. And Riverhead High School valedictorian, class of 2023, valedictorian Emma Ellis. Congratulations to each of you. And now it is an honor to introduce the salutatorian for the class of 2023. According to Spanish teacher Mrs. Borum, she is a confident and driven young woman who uses her resilience, determination, and intelligence to show, with actions, what she is capable of achieving. This, in combination with her generosity and kindness, is what makes her even more special. There is no doubt she will get wherever she puts her mind and heart. She will be attending Boston University, where she will be studying computer science. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the salutatorian of the class of 2023, Jennifer Alonso Moreno.
Good evening, class of 2023, and everyone that is here to support us tonight. Before I begin, I would like to thank my family and friends for everything. This would have never been possible without you guys, so thank you. Also, a special thank you to Senora Borum for helping me write this speech, and to Mr. McHugh for being one of the best teachers I could have asked for. He truly did a lot for our class, so shout out to him and his cat. I will now be ending my academic career the way I started it, speaking Spanish. Buenas noches a todos. Ho- Hoy la clase de 2023 termina un capítulo de sus vidas y empieza otra. Madres, padres, miren a sus hijos. Ustedes hicieron lo imposible para verlos aquí en este momento. Algunos cruzaron ríos, otros quedaron noches sin dormir en el hospital con ellos y otros trabajaron sin parar debajo del sol para darles las oportunidades que ustedes nunca tuvieron. Miren a sus hijos y noten si se ven a ustedes mismos en ellos. Busquen la resiliencia en ellos, el amor, el poder. Esto es lo que ustedes nos dieron. Nosotros somos una colección de piezas. Algunas vienen de ustedes, otras de nuestros amigos, de familiares, de hermanos y del mundo. Siempre llevaremos partes de ustedes en nosotros. Yo llevo el amor de mi familia por todos lados. Llevo el humor de mis amigos, llevo la inteligencia y la sabiduría del profesor americano que me enseñó física. Nosotros llevamos mucho, pero dejamos más. Dejamos familiares y amigos por la lucha de un nuevo capítulo. Arriesgamos la comodidad para una vida con más experiencias. Entramos a un mundo que nos ama más que nos odia, aunque a veces no se siente así. Clase del 2023, crezcan, pero no olviden lo que amaban cuando eran pequeños. Muévense hacia adelante, pero lleven sus raíces por donde vayan. Mis queridos latinos, no va a ser fácil. Nunca ha sido fácil para nosotros. Muchos de nosotros tuvimos que aprender inglés para traducir documentos que ni entendíamos. Nuestras lenguas cantaban en español y hablaban en inglés. Cuando era niña, le ayudaba a traducir a mi mamá más veces que las que podía recordar. A los 3 años aprendí el alfabeto en inglés. A los 8, mis manos pequeñas sostenían cartas de médicos y empresas de servicios públicos, traduciendo fragmentos, tratando de reconstruir lo que decían. A lo largo de mi carrera académica, lo único que quería era alcanzar a los demás. Mi objetivo era simplemente estar a la par de mis compañeros sin perder la lengua de mis padres. Este logro, este título de salutatorian, no es solo para mí. Es para todos los jóvenes latinos que crecieron viendo la excelencia blanca como el único resultado en el sistema educativo. Es para todos los padres que dejaron atrás sus países y esperaban ver a sus hijos obtener un diploma, algo que nunca tuvieron ellos mismos. Es para todas las personas que pensaron que nunca lo lograríamos. Y también es para todas aquellas personas que nunca dejaron de creer que lo haríamos. Algunos no tienen fe en nosotros, pero lo único que necesitamos es la fe en nosotros mismos. Créanme cuando digo que este país fue creado por inmigrantes, por esclavos, por la gente indígena. Fue creado por el esfuerzo de las minorías y nunca olviden eso. Las enseñanzas y el apoyo de nuestras familias, la educación y la experiencia que tenemos son las herramientas para cambiar el mundo. Y tal vez cambiaremos el mundo y salvaremos vidas, o tal vez solo nos salvaremos a nosotros mismos. Sin embargo, tenemos el poder para ser alguien en la vida. Somos los graduados de la clase de 2023 y eso es maravilloso. Felicidades a todos y buena suerte en su futuro. Gracias.
Thank you, Jennifer. I would like to invite seniors from the band to join the Riverhead High School Concert and Symphonic Bands one last time to perform Mr. Brightside under the direction of Mr. Joseph Randazzo. As with the salutatorian, it is an honor to introduce the valedictorian of the class of 2023. In addition to high academic achievement, she excels musically and athletically as well. Her physics teacher, Mr. McHugh, adds that she is as thorough and conscientious of a worker as they come, who never settles for anything less than her best. She is always willing to put in the extra time to become the best version of herself, whether it was in class, track and field, or her other extracurricular activities. This dedication has led her to be more than deserving of her title as valedictorian of the class of 2023. Heading to the University of Notre Dame to major in chemical engineering, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the valedictorian of the class of 2023, Emma Ellis.
Hello and good evening. My name is Emma Ellis, and I am honored to be standing here before you today. I have to admit, figuring out how to start this speech was hard. While sitting in the physics classroom during study hall one day, talking to Mr. McHugh and Mr. Cunningham about having a difficult time writing this speech, Mr. Cunningham simply pointed to the posters on the back wall of the classroom. If you have taken a physics class in room 232 over the past 4 years, you may have noticed the abundance of inspirational posters plastered throughout the classroom. Now, at first glance, they may seem a little cheesy, and well, yes, they are. If not in the physics room, I'm sure somewhere else in the world, whether it was in another classroom, the hallway, a store, or a sign in your kitchen, you've seen an inspirational poster or two that you may have ignored or even rolled your eyes at. But after looking at them day after day, their messages truly start to sink in. I've decided that today, I'm going to share with you some of my favorite sayings from posters in the physics room, and I hope that you can look past their cliches and listen to their inspiring messages. Our first poster is, "Be stubborn about your goals and flexible about your methods." This is one saying that I really took to heart. When trying to achieve a goal that you set, there may be times when it feels like you'll never reach it. Maybe it took longer than you originally thought. Maybe you have to tweak it along the way. But you should never, ever give up on your goal. Personally, I have had plenty of moments where I felt like I would never achieve the goals I set for myself. However, instead of deciding to call it quits, I decided to change my plans. Be forgiving with yourself and give yourself more time. Take a break, step back, and look at your goals with new eyes and a fresh mind. I promise that if you do this, no goal is impossible. Next poster. Be who you are and say what you feel. More than likely, there have been many times where you felt like you didn't fit in. Maybe you tried to act a certain way so that people would like you. I know I have at one point or another. But you probably found that this didn't make you feel happy. One of the best lessons I learned in high school was that you can't care what people think about you. You'll only be happy when you are yourself, not when you're the person you think people would like. Be unapologetically honest with yourself and others about who you are. That probably sounds as cliche as these posters do, but I swear it's the truth. I'd like to add a quick bonus quote from Taylor Swift that ties into this particular theme. "Just be yourself, there is no one better." Clearly, Taylor knows what she is talking about, so I would listen to her. Poster number 3, "Stop being mean to people." This one might sound a little bit funny at first. The first time I saw this taped to the front door of the physics classroom, I laughed a little bit. However, upon second thought, I realized that this actually does need to be said. We're all human, and sometimes humans can be mean to other humans. This isn't right. During my 4 years of high school, or rather, during my 18 years of life, I've always found that I feel happier when I treat people with kindness. Freshman year, I joined the track team and I started pole vaulting. At my first meet, I noticed that all of my competitors were cheering for one another. At the time, it was such a foreign concept. Cheering for the other team? I couldn't believe it. But I realized that when I participated in encouraging everyone around me, even the people that I was supposed to compete with, I felt better about myself. I learned that you should always show kindness to everyone, especially those that you may not want to be kind to at first. You never know who needs it, and you will always end up feeling more at peace with yourself than before. Next poster. "It's okay to ask for help." I think this one is my personal favorite. There's a big misconception that asking for help makes you look weak. This is absolutely not the case. My parents always told me that the squeaky wheel gets the oil, which I can confirm is true. I cannot stress enough how important it is to ask for help when you know that you need it. Whether it is in the classroom, on the field, at work, at home, or wherever, it never hurts to ask someone for help. As you venture off to college, the military, the workforce, or wherever you may be headed, there will be times when you are confused, struggling, and just in need of some help. So don't hesitate to ask your professor that question, to ask your boss for that raise, to ask your friend for help changing a tire. I can assure you that there will always be someone out there willing to help you. All you need to do is ask. And last, but certainly not least, our final poster. Your only limit is you. Only you can decide what you can and can't do. If you say you can do something, then I believe you. If you say you can't do something, then you probably won't. One of the biggest challenges we are faced with is convincing ourselves that we can reach our goals. When we believe in ourselves and put positivity out into the world, we are met with good things. Even if you do find that you're doubting yourself, as long as you tell yourself that you can do it, you will. So don't be afraid to go after your dreams. After all, if you've already dreamt them, then you already know it's possible to reach them. I would now like to say a big thank you to everyone who inspired me just as much as these posters did. Thank you to my parents, my brother, my family, my teachers, my coaches, my friends, and my classmates. None of us would be here today without these people in each of our lives, and we are all so grateful. Now I want to leave everyone with the saying that my mom has written on a Post-it note and stuck in my lunchbox every single morning since the very first day of kindergarten. Be kind, have courage, and be fearless. Congratulations, fellow classmates, and best of luck with all your future endeavors. Good night.
Thank you, Emma. Earlier this month, many of our graduates participated in BOCES graduation ceremonies. These students completed course programs offered by Eastern Suffolk BOCES in a subject that they have a passion for. Please stand if you completed a program as a junior or a senior at H.B. Ward Technical Center in Riverhead or Bixhorn Technical Center in Bellport. Congratulations to each of you, and continue to pursue your dreams. If you are a CTE student that participated in the Skills USA competition, please stand. Thank you for representing Riverhead in the finest manner. And when I call the following names, please stand. Ronan Levesque, third place in the region, Auto Service Technology. David Franco Guevara, first place in the region, Food Prep Assistant. Cecilia Moreno and Catherine Ruiz Vargas, first place in the region, Health Knowledge Bowl Team. Twain Hines, second place in the region, Restaurant Service. Sean Donahue and Dylan Erickson, second place in New York State, Digital Cinema Production. Kaylin Driscoll, second place, New York State, Marine Technology. Casey Zara, second place, New York State, Crime Scene Investigation. Congratulations to each of you. I would like to now recognize our top CTE student who is graduating with a weighted grade point average of 102.79, Amaya Hopkins. Please stand. Congratulations, well done. Every so often we have an opportunity to recognize students who have achieved perfect attendance. Please stand when I call your name. 1 year of perfect attendance, Angelica Camacho, Joshua Cardenas Castaneda, Emerson Jacobo Balan, Beverly Jacobo Sine, and Jamie Seal. Well done, well done. 2 years, perfect attendance, Matthew Saplak and Diego Llamos Oliva. Great job. Years of perfect attendance, 3 years of perfect attendance, Owen Judd. Great job, Owen. 4 years of perfect attendance, Brian Berman, Brian Castillo, and Daniel Terlikowski. Amazing, nice work. And before I begin my final thoughts, I would like to acknowledge a very special group of students. If you are joining the military after high school, please stand. We thank you for your future service. Class of 2023, I have been a teacher and an administrator in the Riverhead Central School District for 24 years. There are many reasons that led me to education as a career, but one of those reasons is that for as far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be in a position to provide students with an opportunity to have the kind of school experiences that they expect and that they deserve. Fast forward to 2019. Be the principal, they said. It'll be fun. I'm not sure if you realize this, but you, the class of 23, are the first class that I have gotten to see grow over 4 years as the principal of Riverhead High School. To say that it has not gone as I expected would be an understatement. Throughout your last 4 years, you have been met with so many challenges. Freshman year, you were met with the sudden closure. Sophomore year, you were faced with asynchronous instruction, hybrid learning, socially distanced classrooms, full remote option, cohorts, Google this, Google that. Would we have sports and clubs? And then junior year began with mask mandates and modified social distancing. These should not have been the concerns of any student. Michael Jordan once said, "Obstacles don't have to stop you. If you run into a wall, don't turn around and give up. Figure out how to climb it, go through it, or work around it." And with that being said, I've always been proud of how we respond during challenging times, how we respond as a building, as a district, and how we respond as a community. According to author Stephen Richards, the only time you fail is when you fall down and you stay down. Do not be afraid to fail. Instead, don't stay down. Learn from your mistakes, learn from your discomfort, and try again, for the most growth occurs during times of challenge. Embrace life's challenges, and along your journey, employ all that embodies a blue wave. Graduation day has always been one of my favorite days of the year. I can't help but wonder what and who you will become, and all the great things that you will accomplish. The diploma that you are about to receive serves as a symbol of your hard work, your perseverance, your academic achievement, and your personal growth, but it also symbolizes a new beginning, an invitation. 1980 gold medal winning USA men's ice hockey coach Herb Brooks once said, "Great moments are born from great opportunity." Class of 2023, this is one of your great opportunities. It is time for you to create your own path and contribute to and improve upon all for which you have a passion. Throughout your education in the Riverhead Central School District, you have built a foundation for which you may do whatever you set out to accomplish. To our faculty, staff, administration, and Board of Education, thank you for the role you have played in preparing our students for this day. To our parents, family members, and friends, thank you for the tremendous influence you have on your children. Your commitment to their education is to be honored and applauded as well. Seniors, as you continue to shape your future and reflect on your career in the Riverhead schools, I hope that you are proud of the education you received, the relationships that you developed, and the community of which you are a very important part. And from this day forward, no matter where life takes you, you will always be a blue wave. So be the principal, they said. It'll be fun. Well, what they didn't say was that it would be the most amazing and rewarding experience of my career so far. Good luck, class of 2023. I hope you leave here with memories and friendships to last a lifetime. We are so proud of you. Congratulations, and thank you for the privilege of serving as your principal. At this time, I would like to invite our Board of Education, Dr. Tornatori, to join me for the moment you have earned, the moment you have been waiting for, the awarding of diplomas.
Last year pretty well. Thank you. Hello, everyone. I'm Roberta McGray, the class advisor for the class of 2023. I am truly going to miss the class of 2023. I've known many of you since you were little, as you've been friends with my son, Andrew. And thank you, families. Your children feel like my children. I'm glad I brought tissues. And I'm truly going to miss seeing you all next year in the hallways. I wish you good health and happiness in your life. Congratulations to the class of 2023. Okay. All right, top 20, let's stand. Officers, student government. What you've all been waiting for. Come on down. Just come this way. You're going to give me that, and you're going to give that to her. All right, Emma Rose Ellis, valedictorian. Jennifer Alonzo Morano, salutatorian. Abigail Elizabeth Heck. Kimberly Melissa Mendez. Emma Rose Hannum. Daniel Mark Terliktovsky, 4 years perfect attendance. Emlyn Rocio Bach Torres. Mariela Cruz. Diego Yamas Oliva, 2 years perfect attendance. Rowan Escobar. Charlotte Dow. Kyle Russian. Isabella Vinay. Elizabeth Hannum. Ryan Sharp. Emma Kylie Funfageld. Amaya Sade Hopkins. Noelia Yadira Sikahu Lopez. Brianna Ann Luby. Avery Rubino. Madison Ann Williams. Jamie Michelle Alvarado. Esteban Arregia. Darwin Esteban Arriaga. Catherine Goladino. Alexander Fernando Abarco. Carlos Abzun Chavez. Joanne Arcatelli. Eric Tejuses Augustin. Christopher Alakan Alizadeh. Dixiana Yaldat Alisano Amadar. Leslie Vanessa Alvarado. Karen Alvarez. Kenya Bonilla. Alexander Andres Pedro. Latinasia Anthony. Chelsea Antonio Cruz. Stephen Aquina Alenia. Derek Arns. Riley Arns. Jocelyn Arriaga. Maurice Anthony Atkins. Olivia Bloom Atkinson. Nicholas Bahaman. Ayla Grace Bailey. Hera Bajwa. Destiny Monet Baker. Dominica Balsaca. Jaira Jacqueline Barreto. Kalia Bartlett. Yabasi Xavier Bassi. Andrew Batista. Andrew Bedoya. Karen Pastrana. Josue Benitez Reyes. Brian Berman, 4 years perfect attendance. Daniel Bernal Fordio. Christopher Batanza Alvarado. Nitin Binda. Mackenzie Carmela Blando. Maylee Paige Bloom. Emerson Bonilia Umanzar. Marilyn Bonilla Vasquez. Jordan Booker. Timothy Bowie. Christian Boyle. Jaden Braxton. Caitlin Elizabeth Brennan. Quinn Stephen Brickman. Chloe Ray Brooks. Jamira Najee Brown. Daniel James Boudet. Justin Burbano Hera. David Burns. Carlos Cabrera Galvin. Miguel Cabrera Lopez. Mitchell Kane. Brandon Calderon Ruiz. Shannon Kaye Ortega. Angelica Camacho Vasquez, 1 year perfect attendance. Makaya Campo. Henry Alexander Oma Kanali Osha. Justin Torres. Juliana Carballo. Joshua Cardenas Castaneda, 1 year perfect attendance. Jeremy James Carey. Sergio David Carras. Jacqueline Michelle Carranza. Andres Carrera. Dana Carrera Yamez. Oh God, I know this one. Congratulations. Quante Carter. Brian Joan Castillo, 4 years perfect attendance. Denise Garcelia Castilla Jaimez. Erwin Jose Castilla Quiones. Efrain Stanley Catalan. Wilfredo De Jesus Catalan Reyes. Juan Alberto Seto Diaz. Edgar Isaac L. Chico Corrales. Island Chavez. Oh, wait a minute. We're going with Timothy. Okay. Weston Timothy Chavez. Pablo Chavez Cordona. Leonardo Chinchilla Lopez. I know. I Dennis Kakbach. Angelo Confort. Arcelia Contreras. Ryan Copenhagen. Oh, Copenhaver. Sorry. Alex Cordero. Nahin Oscar Cortez. Robert Croden. Brian Odenai Cruz Lopez. Karina Cruz Riviera. Ileana Samantha Coelho. Jacob Preston Curran. Ethan Andrew Sobolski. Matthew Choplock, 2 years perfect attendance. Nevaeh Davis. Madeline Danea de Paz del Cid. Maynard Diaz. Yasmin Rosemary Diego Morera. Pablo Rippy Dominguez. Sean Joseph Donahue. David James Doherty. Maria Dovashia. Kaylin Driscoll. Caesar Duban. Daniel Eccles. Christopher Lennox Edwards. Evelyn Elizalde. Caitlin Sabrina Encines. Brian Enos. Kevin Isaac Arazo Rauda. I did it, Kevin. Dylan Erickson. Stephen Escobar Romero. Aiden Eslin. Freddie España. Jairon Espinosa Ventura. Yelmith Estrada Hernandez. Going Sapphire, right? Sapphire Evans. Ariana Faber. Arnisa Faber. Faith Natalia Felici. Jeffrey Allen Ferrugia. Jordan Figueroa. Jose Manuel Flores. Marisol Flores Garcia. Kiana Marie Rochelle Frances. Juana Leticia Francisco Diego. Daylin Vanessa Franco Felipe. David Franco Guevara. Joshua Furman. Amari Fund. Jonathan Furio. Tara Galka. James Anthony Gallo. Thomas Gallo. Andrew Garcia Vasquez. Gustavo Garcia. Haley Judith Garcia. Miguel Raul Garcia. Allison Garcia Bailey. Francisco Estuardo Garcia Cardona. Charlie Garcia Serna. Esmeralda Garcia Dejus. I think my voice is cracking. Orlando Garcia Deus. You just did it. You just talked about it. Okay. Salita Denora Garcia Galvez. Savannah Nicolette Garcia Kale. Brittany Lucero Garcia Luna. Evelyn Abigail Garcia Manero. Jocelyn Garcia Ramirez. Edward Garcia Serrano. Michelle Garcia. Dylan Daniel Garcia Surrett. Christian G. Garrido. Abel Gomez Martinez. Melanie Gonzalez Castro. Anne Marie Gonzalez. Gabriel De Jesus Gonzalez Lopez. Justin Green Gray. That's what I wanted. Yasmin Esther Giorgio Herrera. Nikita Gribanoff. Aaliyah Curran Griffin. Kaylee Guastella. Ilian Guerra. Augustin Ortiz Guerrero. Vanessa Guevara. Wilbur Guevara Marquez. Chris Gutierrez. Pretty good, right? David Antonio Guzman. Diana Esmeralda Guzman. Stephen Zachary Haga. Ethan James Hannum. Liam Trouble Hansen. Nicholas Patrick Heiberger. Carolina Hernandez Alvarez. Daniela Elizabeth Hernandez Feverino. Carla Hernandez Garcia. Kevin Hernandez Sol. Evander Herrera. Kimberly Herrera Argon. Yaneli Yesel Herrera Rodriguez. David Hertling. Twain Hines. Rachel Ann Hubbard. William Hunt. Say it one more time. Allegra Izarita. Thank you, Allie. Emerson Danielson Jacobato Balyan, 1 year perfect attendance. Beverly Mendeli Jacobo Sinya, 1 year perfect attendance. Jacqueline Alejandra Jimenez Reyes. Jorge Juan Meto. Salina Juarez Cortez. Go Selena. Owen Christopher Judd, 3 years perfect attendance. Damian Karwoski. Kevin Antonio Karwowski. Am I going Keenan or? Sean Michael Keene. Akshay Kimon. Jason Kennard. Kimberly King. Grace May Neidel. McKenna Ann Rose Koblinka. Jacob Alexander Krofchak. Timothy Krulder. Kevin Kulikowski. May Lang. Angie Lara Murillo. Gavin Lehner. Jordan LaRoche. Adonai Leon. Vanessa Leon Cabrera. Jennifer Mariana Lepe Paz. Did you say Lee or Lee? Christy Lee Lassarn. Connor James Lavasser. Liam August Levesque. Ronan Joseph Lewesky. Michaela Ryan Ligon. Charles Lyons. Eswin Ronaldo Lima y Lima. Josue Gal Lopez. Ashley Natividad Lopez Perez. Maria Lopez Poron. Kate Lopez Rodriguez. Trinity Amani Love Clayton. Connor William Moss. And my son, Andrew Thomas McGray. Proud of you, buddy. Akila Marie Marquez. Lily Caroline Marr. Adelson Isel Maldonado. Jasmine Maldonado Lopez. Christopher Jordan Mancilia. Kyle Joseph Marcelo. Javante Martin. Giovanna Martinelli. Angel Abram Martinez. Angie Martinez Ortiz. Marlon Martiz Velez. David Joseph Mastalone. Genesis Anai Mata. Ronel Matut Bonilia. Leonardo Campos McFarlane. Dylan McGuire. Brianne Elizabeth McKay. Megan Rachel McKay. Michael Patrick McLean. Bianca Lorraine Mahia. Dana Sofia Mejia Robito. Lauren Elizabeth Melvin. Cesar Isaias Mendez. Belbia Mendez Perez. Abner Josue Menjivar. Alexandra Menjivar. Stephen Anthony Mercado Jr. Jack Meyer. Olivia Rose Meyer. Riley Jane Meyer. Aaron James Miller. Haley Elizabeth Miller. Anna Marie Milton. Desire Chanel Mitchell. Richard Montoya Diaz. Envy Monique Moore. William Alexander Moore Jr. Connor Ennis Moose. Eddie Morales. Adrian Morales Carrillo. Ismary Morales Rojas. Leslie Janelle Moran. Valentina Moran Montanales. Shania Morris. Caitlin Mosca. Nicholas Nadeau. Javeon Newkirk. Rigoberto Gutierrez. Rigoberto Nicholas Gutierrez. Gianna Nevion-Domsky. I did it. Jamileth Nunez. Michelle Nunez. Riley Oak. Kenneth John O'Brien. Angie Norelli Ocampo Rodriguez. Brian Ophel Jr. Jacqueline Oliva Espino. Kenneth Alexander Ortega Mendez. Susana Ortiz. Ben Ortiz Maximo. Juan Ovando Barrios. Angelina Pace. Michael Pace. Leslie Paulina Pechico Panita. Ty Paddlethorn. Carolina Palacios. Abigail Elizabeth Payne. Renee Alexander Paz Mora. Jasmine Pena Rodriguez. Jason Perez. I like the easy ones. Myra Perez Bonilla. Anderson Alberto Perez Soloranzo. Jace Cooper Pesci. Oh my gosh. Emily Ariana Peters. Gabriela Pieta. Do you really want me to say? Viator Luke Pilon. Dominic Polakowski. Elman Walaberto Ponciana. Declan David Purcell. Eddie Rafael Contreras. I was so close. Imani, right? Diamond Amani Rainford. Dennis Raymond Fares. Selena Marie Ramos. Eustace Rencher. Jack Reyes. Angelina. Alexander. Reyes. Coit. No card. Courtney Elizabeth Reynolds. I think I can make this one. You do this, please. Hayden Richardson. Andrea Elizabeth Rivera Velasquez. DeBois Robinson Jr. Aiden Roche. Carlos Rodriguez. Megan Rodriguez. Diana Lysandra Rojano. Wilmer Rojas. Michael Rojas Reyes. Grady Forrest Ropelt. Nicole Sagastume. Ruth Salan. Sarah Sofia Salas Barbosa. Jaden Salcedo. Christopher Sandoval Morales. Annabelle Sanso. Nicholas Santiago. Jacob Chelsea. Jamie Elizabeth Seal, 1 year perfect attendance. It's Say, Charmaine. Just C, like the Charmaine C. Levon Short. Christopher Joseph Ciano Jr. Ava Siddick. Samantha Nicole Silva. Bob Simmons. Jamie Alexandra Cinchi Castillo. Ashna Shavona Snowden. Simon Solars. Acilio Soledad Rojas. Dylan Alexander Sosa Solares. Emma Nicole Southern. Grace Elizabeth Southern. Devin Spencer. Joseph Stevens. Jaden Stocky. Kyle Strickland. Christian John Stromsky. Jacob Surrey. Espen Esilio Surrey Satu. Javier Alejandro Satu Lopez. Amilcar David Tello. Caesar Tellon Pixton. I love the end of the alphabet. You guys are the best. Morgan Alexandra Terry. Geraldo de Jesus Tespan Gutierrez. Fabiola Tenzin. Brianna Thompson. Catherine Grace Thompson. Tiara Thompson. Aiden Glenn Tobin. Christian Torres. Unique Trent. Lucia Tucci. Noah Turner. Fabiola Valdespino. They're revving the car for her. Ballet Geron. Millar Ballet Geron. Joel Eduardo Vargas Corrado. Claudia Vasquez. John Anthony Vasquez Ela. Kevin Velado Henriquez. Jennifer Velasquez Lopez. I got it. Angelina Flynn Velez. I just wanted her to wait a minute. I wanted to say their name before they go. Marilyn Velez. Melissa Nicole Veliz. Brian Humberto Veliz Velez. Gustavo Velila Nava. Say your middle name. William Viscala Salas. Lance Matthew West. Kayla Wiles. Robert Williams. I'm saying G, right? Don't say it. Sean Williams. Am I saying B, really? Brian B. Willie Wilson. Emily Yanes. Is it Yanes or Yanes? Kevin Yanes. Natalia. Leah Natalia Young. Zahara. Casey Scott Zara. I know this one. Ryan Thomas Zaleski. Beatty Viscala Soto. Cindy Bonilla Mendez. Evelyn Ferrafino Eyasada.
Class of 2023, would you please rise? Superintendent Dr. Tornatore and Board Vice President Mr. Palmer, on behalf of the power vested in me by the State of New York, I hereby certify that the students present here today have satisfied the requirements for a high school diploma as put forth in the regulations of the Board of Regents of the State of New York and of the Board of Education of the Riverhead Central School District. Riverhead High School, Class of 2023, please move your tassels from the right to the left. You are now graduates of Riverhead High School.
Please help support the Riverhead Central School District YouTube channel by subscribing. If you are not already subscribed to this channel, please be sure to push that subscribe button and click the bell to receive notifications. Thank you.